So work package number 1. Work package 1 deals with management of the project. So I will talk about the objectives of work package 1, something about soil care, gender equality. I will present the soil care coordination team, say something about the soil care website, and then something about data exchange and the data management plan. Okay, so what are the objectives of work package 1? That's written in the description of work. I was saying, the description of action, that's new for Horizon programs. So we want to ensure the proper management of the project and also streamline administrative, financial and legal and intellectual property issues. So what do we do? Activity management to facilitate smooth operation of the project. Supporting the coordinator, work package leaders and other partners. And we will also be involved in compiling the different periodic reports. We have a periodic report every 1.5 years and also a final report, but we will tell more in detail about these in the management presentation on Friday. We will recruit and install a project advisory board, and that advisory board is present in all plenary meetings. They will see how the project runs and then advise on how things are going and advise if they think things could be improved. And it's always a bit of a hassle or problem in recruiting these people, but that's one of the tasks we will be doing the next 6 months. We will handle also all financial, administrative and legal matters of the consortium. We want to ensure good communication within the project. That's also inside the project but also outside of the project. So we represent our project and we do a lot of communication about what the project is about. And we do that together with Work Package 8. Work Package 8 is specialized in dissemination of all the project results. So we also organize plenary meetings and facilitate organization of scientific board meetings. We also have a scientific board that guards, let's say, the scientific contents of the project. And we also address gender equality issues. Gender is one of the items that the European Union is very keen about. We also have to implement a gender equality plan. And for that purpose we hired a specialist in gender equality, that's Helene Klaringbold. And she will say something about her work in the project now.
So, I'm Helene Klaringbold. I have my own company, which is called CorePage, Consulting Research on Participation and Gender. As Erik already said, I'm subcontracted in this project to actually make you think of having gender equality in the project. So I will support you in this. And I just prepared here 2 sheets, a little bit about what it's all about. Not, I like to talk with you about it, but more in other settings. But for this issue, I just made some practical sheets. So the things I want to have, I think gender should be introduced, but I'm really happy if you have some more ideas about it. One thing is that EU wants us to be treating our stakeholders and our own researchers gender equal. So we try to show this with figures. So we count actually how many women are there in the project and how many women stakeholders are joining the project and things like that. But next to that, next to numbers, I also like, it's not that you need to have 50%, but it is when you consult, when you talk to people to be a stakeholder in the project, just remind yourself that it could also be a woman, so that's more like it. And how to gather them, we have these workshops, so I'm thinking of involving this men and women and joining this work package 3, where the stakeholders and workshops are being prepared, and that we also have some feedback from the stakeholders, and we know what really needs to have and what their input is, so also from men and from women. Then I also need data, gender disaggregated data we call it. So when I ask for interview, I really like it when you separate responses from men and women, so that I can see if the responses are different. And then my other role is to inform also the work packages 6 and 7 who are upscaling the project ideas and inform the policy, make policy briefing. And the dissemination, of course, the communication about the project. So in another project we had a gender page. I really would like to do that again because that gives a good overview. And then also to the study sites I will ask to support a little with a gender paragraph so that we can see what is happening in the project about gender equality. So here more comments for the work package 1. I will make 2 reports, one in the beginning and one at the end, and ask you to fill a questionnaire about it, so then I know what is happening in the among the partners and among the stakeholders as well. The other thing is the work package 3. Actually, I want to use this week also to talk to you and see if we can share some issues in these work packages that are mentioned. So work package 3 will be important. Work package 5 probably in the monitoring, and package 6 and 7. And then here I also mentioned the months, but I don't think it's very important to all speak it out. But so I have some ideas on which moments the gender could be integrated in this project. So it sounds like a bit a different subject, but I have some ideas about it, and I want to talk to you about how we can integrate it. Thank you. Oh, the last one. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Elsen. So now I will continue with presenting the coordination team from Alterra. Rudy Hessel, myself, Simone van Zandvoort, who isn't here currently because her husband had to go to a project meeting abroad.
Gender issue.
Gender issue, yeah. Valentijn Assink, whose wife is expecting to deliver any moment, so he couldn't be here. He could be here, but he didn't want to be here. And Linda, who is our secretary, our assistant. So the roles of these members, of course, Rudy is the project leader. He has the general coordination and financial coordination, and he is the end responsible of the project. Myself, I am the deputy project leader. I also involved in general coordination and financial coordination. And I also do a lot of technical stuff like media. You saw me walking around with the camera, and the website. That's my part of responsibility. Then we have Simone van Zandvoort. She's incorporated with general coordination of the project. We have Valentijn. He's also involved in general coordination and financial assistant. And then of course Linda, you've seen all. She's the project assistant of this project. The soilcare-project website. It's already established. You've all seen it, I hope. It's a platform for general project information, as well internally as externally. So we want to tell people about, general public, about what we are doing. These people can find this information on this website, but it's also an important platform for ourselves. All the documents that we share and all the templates, etc., can be found on the website. It's also a medium of communication. We do registration for meetings through the website, so that's a really important topic within the whole project. You can find specific information about project partners. There's a list of all the registered project partners you can find. You can also download a list with all communication details like email and telephone numbers. I already talked about registration and meetings. Reporting, if we have to report for the first periodic report in 1.5 years, you will find all the information, the templates and all the workflow on the website. All the activities going on within the project you will find there, and also information about publications, etc. We already filled a little bit of the website, but we will continue filling it completely the coming half year. It's quite a lot of work. There are both public and secure sections. You've seen that probably. The public can download a number of files, but you, as a partner, you can download much more. And then you have to log in first, and then you will also get access to the registration module, etc., etc. So next to the project website, there will also be a dissemination and communication hub that will be called soilcare-project.eu, and that's especially for exchange of research information, and that's completely in the hands of Jane Mills, who is sitting over there, and that has to be developed, and we will be cooperating closely together to do that, and but she's completely in charge of that website. So then we have soilcare data exchange. This is something new in Horizon 2020. The European Union has initiated a new pilot action that's called a pilot action on open access to research data. And what are the projects asked to do? We have to develop a data management plan, DMP. So that's kind of an initiative from the European Union to open up all the data that's being gathered and developed within the project for the external world. And we've only briefly looked into that. We don't exactly know what it is still, but Rudy has volunteered for us to cooperate in this DMP. And yeah, we will start working with that. So the plan is that next to an actual data management plan, we will also have to make a kind of online platform or system for sharing this information according to agreed protocols. And these protocols we also have to develop within the project ourselves. So we ourselves are determining how we are going to share this data between partners within the project, but also between us and the external scientific world. So previously we have used drawbacks for that data exchange in other projects, but that's very limited and it's very insecure. So we will have to look for a more sophisticated and data secure system, and we will develop that in the coming 6 months, and we will establish the whole thing in the course of the project, and you will all be involved in that. That's the end, and we are very keen on making this project to a good success. We want all the partners to be happy and to share the good work in the project. Want to have the partners to be very motivated, and we will do every effort to reach that. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. As I mentioned, there will not be a Work Package 1 session this afternoon, so if there are burning questions now, yes, please.
Can I just ask a lot about the data? A lot of the data obviously will concern individual people, and I wondered what the ethical guidelines were for handling data, whether those have been developed or they're in development, because there's obviously areas of sort of confidentiality and anonymity.
I think we have to take care about that in this data management plan. So that's also about the topics that you mentioned about ethics and data security, these kind of things. And these will be dealt with within this data management plan. So we will have to address that as well.
We already have some information also in the description of action. This was provided by Mark. So we have to be very careful with personal information.
Does that answer your question?
It does.
Okay.
I think it needs to be established because obviously people are working with individuals
Yeah.
right from the start. So,
Yeah.
so being really aware of what our commitment there is important.
Yeah. Good that you mentioned this. Yeah.
Other questions?
Any more questions?
Is there also some kind of Is there also some kind of open access publication master plan?
This also the open access topic is also covered in this data management plan. The European Union is very keen on having publications in open access, but we will have to look carefully what they really would like and how we deal with this within the project. Yeah. Okay.